Welcome back to Study Smart Australia, the podcast where we explain Australian visa processes clearly, honestly, and without unnecessary fear. I'm Sara, and today I'm joined by Tom from GTE Experts, who has prepared and represented hundreds of students at the Administrative Review Tribunal, also known as the ART. Today's episode is for anyone who has an upcoming ART hearing, or anyone who feels anxious about what actually happens on the day. And the most important thing we want to say right from the start is this. The ART hearing is formal, but it is not designed to intimidate you. Tom, let us walk listeners through what really happens.
Thanks, Sara. And that is the key message people need to hear. The ART is not a court trying to trap you. It is an independent body reviewing whether the original visa decision was correct. When people understand what to expect, the process becomes much less stressful.
Let us start from the very beginning. What happens when someone logs in or arrives for their ART hearing?
The first person you usually speak to is the tribunal secretary. Their role is very straightforward. They check attendance, confirm who is present, explain how the hearing will be conducted, and make sure everything runs smoothly. They are not there to assess your case. After that, you are connected to the person who will actually decide your case, the tribunal member. And there is one important rule here. You must refer to them as the member, not by name and not as sir or madam.
That already clears up a lot of confusion. People worry about making mistakes before the hearing even begins. What are tribunal members actually like?
In reality, most members are calm, professional, and approachable. They understand that applicants are nervous and often not legally trained. The hearing usually feels more like a structured conversation than an interrogation. The member will introduce themselves, explain the purpose of the hearing, outline what decision they need to make, confirm your identity, and in some cases ask you to take an oath or affirmation to tell the truth. From there, the hearing begins.
So what does the hearing itself usually look like?
In most cases, it is question and answer based. The member may invite you to explain why you believe the original decision was wrong. They may ask questions about your background, refer to documents in your appeal file, or clarify inconsistencies. This is not a debate, and it is not about sounding clever. It is about being clear, honest, and relevant. At the end of the hearing, the member may ask if there is anything further you would like to say. That is your opportunity to make a final statement.
What changes if someone has a legal representative present?
Having a professional can make a big difference. A legal representative can advise you on whether to answer certain questions, guide you on how to answer, and step in if a question becomes legally risky. In some cases, they may advise you not to answer a particular question at all. At the end of the hearing, the representative can also make a final legal submission on your behalf. This is especially important in complex cases.
Now let us talk about the part people stress about the most, answering questions. What is your biggest advice here?
Keep your answers short. The best answers are often yes, no, or I do not know. Long explanations create risk. Over-explaining can contradict what is written in your appeal letter. If you do not understand a question, ask for clarification. Never guess. And remember, the questions are not traps. They are asked to help the member understand your situation.
Do the questions differ depending on why the visa was refused?
Very much so. If your visa was refused because the department was not satisfied you were a genuine student, you can expect questions about your study plans, course choice, career plans, income and employment history, relatives in Australia, and plans after study. These hearings often last around an hour. If the refusal was based on English language requirements or financial evidence, the questions are usually narrow and document-focused. These hearings are often very short. In many cases, if the correct documents are submitted and clearly fix the issue, no formal hearing is required and the member may decide the case on the papers alone. If the visa was cancelled due to non-compliance, such as work breaches, attendance issues, or course hopping, the hearing is usually longer and more detailed. These cases require very careful preparation.
Let us finish with the most important advice people need to remember.
The first rule is never lie. The tribunal can obtain information from many sources, including your college or RTO, attendance records, enrollment history, home affairs records, and in some cases police information. If your answers do not match the evidence, Your credibility is damaged immediately. The second rule is to stay relaxed. Confidence comes from calmness. If you are nervous, say so. Members understand. Being aggressive, defensive, or overly confident usually backfires. Preparation is critical. If someone helped you write your appeal letter, study it carefully. Your answers must align with what is written. Contradictions are red flags. This is why professional preparation matters. Experienced professionals know what questions are likely to be asked, which issues matter most, and where applicants usually make mistakes. Preparation can be the difference between approval and refusal.
That is such an important note to end on. The ART hearing is not meant to scare you. It exists to give you a fair and independent review. Your role is simple. Tell the truth, stay calm, answer clearly, rely on your evidence. Tom, where can people get help preparing for an ART hearing?
At GTE Experts, we prepare clients for ART hearings, conduct mock hearings, advise on answering strategy, represent clients where required, and rebuild weak cases properly. If you have an ART hearing coming up, do not go in unprepared. You can find us at gteexperts.com.au.
Thank you for listening to Study Smart Australia. If you know someone facing an ART hearing, share this episode. It could make all the difference. We will see you in the next episode.